Hey Jason, it's Neandra Conrad, and it was a pleasure meeting you yesterday. Here is a full website audit video for Mighty Dog Roofing that I promised you. We are going to be comparing your website versus your main competitor, and then I'm just going to give you some tips on what to improve on so that you can increase your online presence. So, there are three main things I wanted to cover here today. First is your Google business page, second, your website content, and third, backlinks. So, make sure to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to show you how you can potentially have 100 new clients every month. And the only thing I ask from you guys is some feedback. Please let me know if you found this helpful and if you're interested in knowing next steps for this opportunity. So let's get started. So basically, when a customer is searching for a service, they usually Google it. I went ahead and searched up roof installation in New Braunfels, Texas, because that's where you're located. And this area right here is what we call the Google Map Pack. And to the left of this map are Google business profiles in the area, or what we call GBP for short. As you can see, you do see four, but typically you only see three. This one right here is a sponsored result, meaning someone had to pay ads to be on the top of this map pack, which I do not recommend for you guys because I am against paying ads unless it's absolutely necessary. So we are going to be focusing on just the top three spots of this Google Map Pack for this video. And basically, you do want to rank your Google business page because as you can see, Google only shows the top three businesses in the area, and this is where most of the traffic, sales, and leads go to, right? So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can improve your GBP so that you can land on these top three spots. So when you expand the more businesses area, this is kind of what you see. And I did find you guys on the ninth spot of this Google Map Pack, which is not bad. But again, you do want to be on those top three spots. So the first thing you want to do is to add more photos, right? You guys have 9 photos right now, but make sure to add at least 100. I know that sounds like a lot, but the more photos of your work, the better it is actually for your business, not just for Google, but also for your potential clients so that they see the quality of work that you offer and the type of services that you do. So definitely keep adding those photos. And the next thing I wanted to mention are reviews. So right now you do have 11 reviews. You do want to make sure you incentivize reviews from your clients. There is some software that you can use so that they can send an email to your client to say, hey, leave us a review on Google, just a reminder. And those are ways to gather more reviews for your business because this is going to help your rankings. The third thing I wanted to mention here is what we call a citation. Citation is basically your business name, address, and phone number as it appears on your GBP. And you want to take that information and apply that to citation sites on the internet, right? So famous citation sites like Yelp or BBB, and there are other citation sites that you want to register your business in. And think of it as like a popularity contest. The more citations you have than your main competitor, the more Google will recommend your business, right? Because this is a huge credibility factor for Google. So those are the three main things I wanted to share with you regarding your GBP. And one other thing I actually found while I was looking at your company was I found two different GBPs for your company. This Mighty Dog Roofing one also serves in New Braunfels, and you have this other one. So I'm just curious if you also own this one or is this someone else's GBP, but I do see this as a problem. You only need one GBP really. So let me know if this is also yours and we can kind of talk about how to solve this issue because that might be why your GBP might be suspended. So yeah, just let me know. So in terms of the map pack, now that you know a little bit about how to improve that, the section below that is kind of what we wanted to cover here today as well. So this section right here is called the organic search rankings. And this is where 70% of your business comes from. This map pack here is where 30% of your business comes from. So this is a huge chunk of your focus. That's where it should be. And you are right, your main competitor is Roofer Chicks. So let's review your website and see how you can optimize your website so that you can rank on this organic search rankings. So this is your website right now, and I can tell that it is professionally done. So I can tell that it's a very, very nice looking website. But I do tell this to all my clients that you can have the best looking website on the planet, But if you are not implementing SEO right and no one can find it, then it's not really going to do anything for your business, right? So let's take a look at Roofing Chicks. And this is their website right now. And the one thing that's standing out to me is their website content. Basically, website content is just words on your website versus for you guys, it's this one. So you can already tell that Roofer Chicks has a lot more content on their website, and that's what you want. You want to have 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on your website. I know that sounds like a lot, but there is a reason behind that. Within that word count, you want to include as much buyer intent keywords. So what is a buyer intent keyword? Well, basically, when we started this video, I searched up roof installation in New Braunfels, right? This is a buyer intent keyword. Basically, what your potential customers will be searching for on Google when they're looking for your service, right? So you can say roof repair, New Braunfels, Texas, window repair, New Braunfels, Texas. Whatever the service that you do, you have to think about the buyer intent keywords that people will be searching for and add that to your website. And that's going to help you rank for those keywords. So it's kind of just the basis of how SEO works. So I hope that made sense. But let's take a look at your website behind the scenes. I'm going to pull up my website crawler program to show you how your website is performing on the back end versus your main competitor. So on the back end, this is your website numbers, and in terms of the buyer intent keywords, you guys are using 44 right here. And Roofer Chicks is using 682, right? So there is a big gap of the amount of keywords that Roofer Chicks are implementing on their website and ranking for, and that's why they are ranking first on that organic search. So your job here is to look into these keywords they're using and also form your own content behind those and add that to your website, and that's going to help you rank on that organic search. Okay. And one other thing that I missed actually is when I was looking up at your website, I saw that you have a New Braunfels one and a Hill Country, Texas one. So I'm also kind of curious, do you have separate websites for these areas, or is this just like one website for you? And do you own two? I'm very curious. Let me know, because I did notice that for Hill Country, Texas, most of your socials like Instagram and Facebook are leading to this website, versus for New Braunfels, this is actually what's ranking on organically. So just curious about if you own two of these websites. So anyway, the next number I kind of wanted to talk about here is what we call a backlink. So Mighty Dog Roofing right now, or your website, has 346 backlinks, and Roofer Chicks has 116. So this is actually interesting because usually the more backlinks you have, the better it is for your website. So again, you have 346 and Roofer Chicks has 116. And there is a reason why Roofer Chicks is still ranking first, right? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is not all links are created equal. There could be backlinks that are more powerful than others. So I would actually look into what backlinks you guys are using and make sure it's relevant to your industry. And what I mean by that is, for example, you want websites or articles linking back to yours to be about the top 10 roofers in New Braunfels, right? You want that to be your credibility factor. You don't want a backlink to be about the top 10 car insurance in New Braunfels, right? You don't want your website to be linking back to that, because it's not related to your industry. So definitely look into your backlinks and make sure they're relevant to your industry, and that's going to help your search rankings as well. So in terms of like all the three things that we talked about, I really hope that you start implementing them, because they are very, very important to the health of your overall website. So let's kind of pull this all together and paint you a bigger picture, right? Let's just say that you did implement the things that we talked about. You worked on your GBP, you worked on your website content, you worked on your backlinks, and Mighty Dog Roofing is ranking first for roof installation in New Braunfels, Texas, right? Well, this is the amount of traffic that's coming into your website. This is what's happening to your top competitor, Roofer Chicks. There's over 2,500 people visiting their website, versus for you guys, it's 118, right? There's a huge difference. And let's just do the math here so that you can see the potential. So let's just say 2,500 people click on your website. This is by the way every month. This is 2,500 people every month, right? Let's just say 10% of those people who click on your website are interested in your services. So 250 people inquire about your services. Oh, they call you and ask like, how much does it cost to get my roof repaired, right? That's around 250 inquiries. Of course, not every inquiry will be a client. So let's just say half of those inquiries become clients. Well, that's 125 new clients to your door. And those leads are all yours. Okay, like we're not Home Advisor. We're not going to do anything similar to that. We're not going to sell your leads to 5 different companies. Every single lead that comes to your website will be yours. And you can pick and choose the ones that you want to do versus not, depending on your needs. But that's kind of just a potential of organic search here, because Roofer Chicks is implementing all those SEO tactics we talked about, and they're ranking first on Google, and they have potentially 125 new clients to their door. And another value I wanted to show you is this value right here, and it shows a value of 2.4K. This actually shows you how much they're saving every month just from ranking organically. So they're not paying for any paid search. They're not paying for any Google ads or anything. They're just ranking organically, and they're saving an extra $2,400. So that's kind of like what you wanted to look at, and this is kind of the potential of what organic search is, and this is what I do for a living. I'm very, very passionate about this because I do love helping businesses grow, and it just makes me sad if I hear about those Home Advisor stories. It just breaks my heart because I've heard a ton of them, and it just makes me super sad. So definitely invest in your organic search and look into that a little bit more, and that's going to help bring in more stable leads to your business. Another thing I looked into actually is Rhino Roofers Company. And an interesting thing about them is they actually pay for ads. They're not popping up on the organic search, which is very interesting. What actually pops up on organic search is this cloud roofing company in San Antonio. And as you can tell already, they have very similar vibes. They're using black and yellow both, and they kind of just look very, very similar. And this is kind of what you want to do, is look at your competitors and how they're doing. I'm not sure if Rhino Roofers did this first or Cloud Roofing did this first, but essentially they did their competitor research and they just implemented the things that worked. And they are both bringing in around 2,000 people to their website as well. So kind of wanted to show you what's an effective website, because these websites have big call to actions readily available when people click on their website, like Rhino Roofers, we build tough roofs, right? Cloud Roofing, trusted San Antonio roofing company, right? But when I look at your website, there's no real call to action or big credibility factor, and that's kind of what you want to think about when you're working on your website, is a call to action like #1 top roofer in New Braunfels, right? Because that catches the attention of the viewer. So anyway, this is going to be too long if I keep rambling on, but definitely I would love to talk with you a lot more. So let's schedule a deep dive to kind of hone into your business and your goals. But anyway, my name is Nyandra Conrad, and I really hope this video was helpful to you.